Coming up on August 28th, as a night to remember, one of the Concert Under the Stars at Miller Park will feature the king of the one-liners, Mr. Henny Youngman. Henny, how are you?
Very clever.
You are indeed.
That's the truth.
Now, really, is it?
You gotta be clever.
I have been told, in fact, I've read some things a number of times in publications that say that you are funny all the time. Is that really true, or do you ever have those moments?
And I try to be funny. And I think people want to laugh. They don't want to hear a lot of things about you, your past. I want to be funny. I want to tell some jokes. Here's a good one for you. There's two elderly guys me. One said, gee, I'm forgetting things lately. He says, I forget my age. His friend said, I'll tell you your age. Get undressed. Bend over. You're 74. He says, how'd you know? He said, you told me yesterday. I like jokes.
They're great. Where do you come up with all of them? Do you write your own stuff?
No, but I gather. I've gathered for years. I've paid millions of dollars for jokes. I've been in business about 50 years now. So every day I talk to California. They tell me what's going on there. They call me. And between all of them, I pick out what I like. If I don't laugh at a joke, I don't tell it.
Yeah. Well, that's a good way to judge a joke.
Everybody's out talking about crime last night. Did you read about that?
About what?
All the neighborhoods are trying to get together to prevent crime.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I said there's less crime in New York. There's nothing left to steal.
That's
my files some years ago, and it just fit in right now.
Do you have one of those steel trap mines?
I must have something up there. I think one triggers the other, you know.
Because I'm thinking you have these, well, in fact, the king of the one-liners means they're very quick.
Short jokes for years. Now I tell them a little longer once in a while.
Yeah.
And I try to make everything compact. If I say, in Israel, a fellow drives up to the cop. He says, can I park here? He says, no. He says, how about these other cars? They didn't ask. I make the jokes fast, and I want them to work.
How does a show work, though? Do you have basically a routine that you work for a while?
Jokes. I have brother-in-law jokes. I have mother-in-law jokes. I have a load of jokes that refer to the family.
But I mean, look.
Jokes that people can relate to.
Yeah. Are you?
I just came from a pleasure trip. Took my mother-in-law to the airport.
How?
Just had an operation, a charisma bypass.
I love.
Fast.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. You have a style that's unlike most everybody else. Now we get into the longer stories, or we have the comedians that are around today, and they're doing the observational humor.
I don't know what you call it. All I know is I don't laugh at a lot of them.
Yeah.
They're not funny men. They're not what I call basic, from the hard comedians where they're crazy like we were. We were funny when we were kids. And we got jokes to tell. All they do is ask you where you're from. Who cares where you're from? That has nothing to do with it. You got to have 45 minutes. The average comic has to have 45 minutes to go out and entertain people. Or 40 minutes, I call it the golden 30. Whatever you have, it's got to work for 40 minutes to keep an audience interested.
Yeah.
So I try to do that.
How important is your entrance? I think Jack Benny once said that you have to catch him within the first 30 seconds or so, or you've lost him.
You try to get him first. You know, off stage, I usually holler out, I'm next. And that breaks the audience up.
Yeah.
Hold it 1 minute.
Okay. We're talking with Henny Youngman, who is the king of the one-liner. He's going to be in town. Funny man. He's been around for a long time. We'll be right back. We roll it again. We're back with Henny Youngman. I mentioned Jack Benny. He was another guy that carried the fiddle. Have there ever been any comparisons drawn between the two of you?
Yeah, once in a while people say we both played fiddle, but Jack played pretty good. And he was a great master comedian, of course. I wasn't around till many years later than Jack Benny.
Why the fiddle? Were you trained as a musician?
Jewish kid had to learn a fiddle.
Is that right?
When people came from Europe, they all loved Heifetz. The Jewish people could listen to music. They were barred from doing anything else, but they weren't barred from listening to music. And Heifetz was the master at the time. They wanted every kid to be a Heifetz.
Yeah. Didn't really work, but...
Didn't work with me.
I think Benny went on stage for a while before he actually started the fiddle. Have you used the fiddle since you...
I used it all along. I had a band when I was a kid, so I was forced to learn the fiddle. My parents made me.
Yeah.
And when Isaac Stern heard me play, you know what he said? Break his fingers.
What is the man Henny Youngman really like? I get the feeling that maybe you have the same problems everybody else does. Life isn't one joke after another. In fact, it's been said that comedy is a very serious business.
Yeah, it is.
Do you ever have those moments when you think the flop sweat is going to start?
No, not if I'm prepared.
That's the key, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you ever find yourself grabbing a joke that is so far back in your memory, though, that it's not real clear? I mean, timing is everything. If you
I know what I'm doing.
Well, I know you do.
I don't do anything unless I know it works. If I don't laugh at it, I don't do it.
Yeah. But I'm wondering, it's impossible to remember your whole joke file.
No, impossible.
Yeah.
One triggers the other.
Yeah. So basically, what is the oldest joke you tell? I mean, maybe.
My wife, please, the one I like best.
Yeah. That is this.
All the time.
That is your trademark, of course.
Listen, I gotta leave you.
All right. Hey, listen.
I'm going to do the Ted Koppel show tonight.
You do?
Yeah, so I gotta get over there.
All right.
They want me to see me ahead of time, so forgive me if I leave you now, and I hope I see you.
All right. Well, I'll see you definitely at the show.
It'll be a pleasure.
All right.
Say hello to your audience, and thanks for calling me.
Thank you, Henny.
Love you.